So everyone has an agenda. Everyone. I have one, you have one, we all have agendas, right? Everyone has an agenda, and it's not always this sinister soap opera agenda. Just that we have things in life that we're looking for or want to have happen. We're seeking things that we want, and it's agendas. Now, the problem is sometimes is when the agendas are either competing with each other or against each other. The agendas don't match up. If my agenda doesn't match up with yours, um, or if you think, things are going fine, but someone's agenda is something different, it starts to clash with you, that's when problems start. But I had to really realize that everyone has agenda and that it's okay. We just do. That I have one too. That there are things that I want to have happen, things I want to see. There are things that I like. That it's not this horrible thing. The problem is when it doesn't match up. That's when a problem arises. And that's when problems happen. And I'm a person who believes in talking it out. What's going on? Let's see if we can let's just see if we can make it work. If we can match up. And sometimes it comes to an end. Recently, our people are asking me already, like saying Forever and a Day is not on JLJ Media anymore. And we've come to an agreement. It's going to go on its own and do its own thing. And I'm not going to get into details, the nitty gritty. But what I'm going to say is our agendas were different, seemingly different. And I think that happens. It's funny when a friendship or relationship or a workship starts, it can start in one spot, right? You're in one spot, you're all together, you're all working it out, you're all, beginning this process or whatever, you're just starting it out. And then life happens and the evolution of your friendship, workship, relationship does change. It's funny how certain ones just last. They last, they're never a problem, they go on, and some come to an end. And you can never predict it either. It's like so you think there's some that I thought, oh, we're not really friends. Like, whatever. My friend just passed away, Chris. I did not like him. I hated him when I first met him. And then something evolved and changed. And I saw him in a different light. And then suddenly we were fine and we became friends. We became very, very close, actually. So you never know, and people you think are super close to you, and you're like, we're gonna be friends forever. I should amend that statement a little bit. Everyday close friendships. There's sometimes that friend evolves into a different direction. You think you'll be friends every day, talking all that stuff, and then they get married or they get a relationship or they move down the street or whatever it is, and suddenly you're not their priority anymore, or a priority, or one of the priorities anymore. And you don't have falling out, nothing bad happens between you two. It just something pulling them this way. They're getting their agenda filled and fulfilled over here. You're not part of the agenda anymore. That hurts, of course. That's bothersome, but it's life. It just is. And I've had to learn to work through that. Those feelings, you have right to have those feelings, be upset and feel it. But I had to learn how to work through them. I get them out get them out the way. And then find a place for those people, whether it's an occasional talk on the phone or a message online. And I had to learn that some people really do care about you. They still love you and they like you. It's just the world has changed. I've had a couple of acting relationships, a couple of shows. Either I had to fire them or they left. And either way, they're always hard. You start out a certain way, you're on the same page, you're totally meshing together, and somewhere along the line it changes. And that just happens. Hopefully you both are evolving and changing for yourselves in a way that's positive. And if that happens, sometimes it doesn't work together. You grow apart. Another thing about change and growth and agendas, when you start voicing your agendas, when you start voicing your feelings, I'm always like, stand in them. If you're gonna say it out loud, whether it's in writing, a message, in person, stand by it. You have a certain feeling, that is your feeling. I can't argue with your feeling. I can't argue with you and say you shouldn't feel that way. No, it's your business. I can only argue if there's some accusatory stuff or things we can throw on me. I can rebuttal that. But if you feel this certain way, I had a client who felt this way about me. There was nothing I can do about it. I couldn't change it. I can change it. So I'm like, got it. I'll never work with you again. We'll work with you ever again. We got it. You feel a certain way about my services, and I feel a certain way about my services, and they don't match together. We're not a right fit. But when you voice it, stand by it. Hey, live in it. You do good. But know also there are consequences. They also know there are people who are going to react a certain way, and they have their right to react a certain way too. Every action you do and everything you say, there is a reaction to it. I remind myself that every day. If I say certain things are going to happen. I'm still learning how to teach people how to treat me. That's the thing that's very important for all of us. I didn't mention that recently. Sometimes we have a certain way of wanting to people please and be a certain way, and we have to go, nope, can't do that. That will not help my cause at all. It will not help me at all. It will actually hinder me if I continue to go that direction, right? You have to stand up for yourself. I say it all the time. You got to stand up for yourself. You have to. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to defend yourself. You have to advocate for yourself. People can't just walk all over you, or people can tell you what they feel, tell you what they think. But it's up to you. It really is up to you how you receive it, is how you take it in. That's something that's always hard to take, because you think, well, they're doing it to me and it makes me feel this way. It's like, well, they're being themselves. They're sharing their feeling. They're sharing their thoughts. You can block it. I say words like, I'm not taking that on. I'm leaving that with you. I'm not accepting that. I'm not, those are words I say. I block it out. If there's certain things I think, nah. And there's times when I'm like, that's true. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I felt that way. Like it's true. Okay. But there are many times I'm like, nope. That is you. That is your stuff. Hopefully you can work that out and place it in your life somewhere, but I'm not gonna take it on. If I've done the work and know that I don't deserve that, or I didn't do that, or that wasn't part of my agenda, I know how to block it out. Not say Satan, as my friends would say. Just little thoughts I was thinking today about agendas, and it's that we all have them. And it's just a matter of which ones, if we have other people we're interacting with, do your agendas work together? JLJ This Morning is on Facebook and Twitter. See you next time.